What's up, everybody? I'm Blessed and Free. Welcome back to another episode of DOC TV. Man, so first off, I wanted to make this episode just real quick, and I wanted to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to the channel. I really appreciate it. Whoever's liked the videos. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I had a lot of people reach out to me through Messenger and texts and stuff like that, and I'm getting a lot of positive feedback, and I really appreciate that. And I know that without you guys watching the channel and viewing the videos and everything, that this is not going to be possible. The main reason why I made this channel is because about a year ago, I was going down the wormhole on YouTube, and I saw a lot of different channels with people that had been to prison talking about their experiences. And, I thought to myself, like, damn, I got all those experiences. Everybody's experiences is different when they go to prison. And that's why I bring the people that I've done time with or that I know onto the channel so far to give their experiences. Because I want people to be able to see that, it's not just one path when you go to prison. You could end up at different camps. There's different, like if you go to the Panhandle, you're probably going to be rocking out 24/7 because it's just like that up there. Anybody watching this that have been to prison know that. Or you could end up at a sweet camp. My first bid, I was a permanent at CFRC at the East Unit, and shit was sweet. Like, we were laid back. I was making money when I was in there. And so when I got out, now looking back on that, if my first bid was like my second bid, I probably wouldn't have went back for the second time. I ended up in the Panhandle my second time, and I really got to see, what prison is really about. And I also want people to know that you can be a white boy and go to the Panhandle and be a neutron and not rock with any gang, and you can do your time. And this is coming from somebody who did that. You just have to go in with the mindset that, whatever happens, and you're going to rock out with it. Now, I was never put in a situation where, like I had to almost kill someone or anything like that. I had a couple situations which aren't going to be in the episodes on the channel, so you guys can hear different detailed stories of, what I went through when I was in there. But honestly, like any prison I ended up in, I ran into somebody I know, because when you're living that life on the street, everybody you're chilling with there ends up going to prison. Like Tommy, the person the guy I had on this channel, like, I've been doing time with him since 2005, and that's why I wanted him on the channel, because we both have came from that life, and we turned our life around, and we're not living that life anymore. And that's something to be proud of. Anybody watching this who has also turned their life around, props to you, man. I know the difficulties that come with that. I'm still facing difficulties from my past to in my today life, and that's that has a lot to do with my record. I've been turned down for jobs. I've got hired at jobs and then let go because of they run my background. It comes back, and that affects people. It affected me, and that's why I feel like reentry is so important for people that are getting out of prison, because the time doesn't really start until you get released, because that's when all the responsibilities come back into your life. And if you were in drug addiction when you went to prison, bro, there is no rehabilitation in the chain gang. And that's another issue in itself right there. I'll never understand why we send people to prison that can't stop getting high with people that go to prison because they can't stop killing people. Those two should never mesh. And that's a big issue. Like, our criminal justice system is broken. If you're watching this and you've been in it, you know exactly what I'm talking about. For the people that have never been to prison and they're just interested in it, or have never even, been arrested, there's a whole nother world that goes on, and there's layers to this shit. People that haven't been should be wanting to change the people that are either going or have been. And I think personally that starts with young people. When I was young, I didn't want to hear shit. And there was no platforms like this for me to hear anything about people that have lived the life that they're getting ready to live and have came out on the other side and shared their stories. It was rare. And I want people that are young to watch this and know, bro, that's not the life you want to lead. You do not want to end up with a criminal record. You do not want to end up going to prison. And if you're young, you're going to go to JIT camp and your shit's going to get tested, and you won't have your gun with you to protect you or any of that shit. And you really find out who you are on the inside. And I promise you, there's a lot of people that think they're living that life and they end up going to prison, let's say in the Panhandle, and they find out quickly that they are not about that life. You're there with some true deal gangsters that will run up on you and take your shit. I want to help those people so they don't have to go through those type of situations. I'm going to be doing some short documentaries. I'm going to be bringing more people on the channel. I have Tommy back on the channel, his girl Andrea, to share their stories, because every story is different. And I want people to be able to hear it from all sides. Did you rock out with a gang? Did you not? What happened? How many times did you have to, stick up for yourself and not get tried? And how real shit gets in the battlefield, really. So when I come with that raw content and somebody that hasn't been hears that shit, maybe it'll touch them on the inside and they'll realize that that's not a place or things that they want to go through. So I'm going to keep bringing people on the channel. If you're interested in coming on the channel to talk about your experiences, either with the criminal justice system, jail, prison, hit me up at doctv813@gmail.com. And another thing I want to talk about is the reentry process. I really strongly believe that that's where we make a change for the people that, didn't know that change was possible. I really want to help with that. And I'm in a group, a reentry group. I was actually reached out to from this whole YouTube thing by a public defender for the federal system. Shout out to Shayna. I know you're probably watching this. She's always watching my videos, and I really appreciate that. Passionate people that want to help people that don't have choices. Some people get out with nothing, nowhere to go, no family, no financial support. So what do? Most of them turn back and go back into that life that they were living. It's so easy to come up selling drugs real quick, but eventually, if you go to that life, you're going to end up back in the prison life. And, it was said perfectly, we keep doing the same things, expecting different results. And that was me to a T. I used to think it was cool to say I'd been to prison. And then the older I got, and the more I started maturing and wanting to change my life, that I realized that I was embarrassed to tell people that I had been to prison. And a lot of times I would lie about it, because I know there's people out there that say that they don't judge people. But once, coming out with this channel is a perfect experience. I'm dropping shit a lot of people never knew that I had been through, or that the people I grew up had been through. And honestly, I don't give a shit. I'm just going to tell you how it was, because that's what I went through. And honestly, I've been getting a lot of positive feedback from people, because people know how hard it is, if you've been in this life, to totally give up everything you've known and to totally become a new person. And the record that follows you, the problems and situations you're going to run into. And trust me when I tell you that I've run into a lot, especially with employment. I've been hired and then fired 2 weeks later because my record came back. And I don't know if a lot of you know, but I'm a personal trainer. And, the YouTube thing is really where I'm passionate about, because I know I can reach so many more people. And by sharing my testimony, how it will help people see that, man, this guy's been through some shit, and I'm kind of doing the same shit that he was, And maybe I need to make a change. I hope that there are people like that watching this and come to realize that they want to change, and that's possible. When you want to change, man, you can. And I'm kind of still learning the whole YouTube thing, so you're going to have to bear with me. Learning the whole editing process. Like, I want the shit to look crisp and on point. And so I'm trying to do that. I hope y'all are happy. A lot of people say that the content's fire, so I'm going to keep doing it. And I just really appreciate everybody who's been rocking with me so far. If you're watching this and you haven't subscribed to the channel, man, subscribe to the channel. Content's coming. I got a lot of things planned out for the channel, and we're not stopping. To the roof, Batman. That's what I keep telling myself. So, yeah, man, I appreciate you. And with that, it's DOC TV, and I'm out.